Hi, I'm Karen Rossi, author and creator of Learn to Talk Around the Clock Concepts. I wanted to take a few minutes this morning to tell you a little bit about Learn to Talk Around the Clock, how it came to be, and what we have to offer you. Learn to Talk Around the Clock Concepts really came to be out of my own needs as an early intervention provider. I began early intervention work about 35 years ago, and at that time there were very few products available to early interventionists, and I was really shocked. I really felt isolated because no one really could help me. There were other people in the school, but nobody else was doing early intervention, and so they didn't know what it was all about. They didn't know what I did. They weren't able to really give me advice. So I wanted to create a product that would kind of go along with you and give you advice like an experienced colleague riding along with you on your way to a home visit. And I also wanted it to be something that it was easy to find reproducible materials for families so that you could easily reproduce them, leave them at home for them, and work on them with them while you were there. And so rather than having to scrape and find through all kinds of articles to try to find something, I wanted to give those to the early intervention provider. So that's what Learn to Talk Around the Clock Early Intervention Toolbox is all about. So I hope that you will look at the information on the toolbox and the rest of the website, and I hope you will enjoy it if you have one, because there's lots of information available to you in that little box. The next thing that I developed was a program for child care providers, because as an early intervention provider, I not only went on home visits, but I also went to child care facilities. I would go to daycare facilities and even home daycare facilities. And I was realizing that this population also needed a lot of information on language development and how to stimulate that in young children. These are people who are raising our children for a great portion of the day, and they're very important people, and we need to elevate them to that status because they need information to help us in our quest to raise our children the way we want them to be raised. So I'm very proud of this one, and it's the same techniques and the same framework of techniques for parents to use, but I've changed them a little, and I've made it more of a self-study. So there are 4 workbooks in the kit, and each workbook has questions in the front that are the self-study, and each individual child care provider can look at those on his or her own without anybody looking over their shoulder, and they can answer those to see where they find that they are falling down or having trouble with communication with children. When they find that point, they turn to the back of the workbook where they will find suggestions for activities for 3 different levels of age ranges of children, ranging from infants to 5-year-olds. So I hope you will also check that out on the website. The other thing on the website is you'll find my Promises book, and this is called I Promise to Be a Good Parent. Again, the same framework of techniques called signature behaviors. I've called those signature behaviors, meaning that these are behaviors that if you see them, you will really recognize them, that, oh, the parents are doing that, and so they need to move on and learn other techniques. So the Promises book is arranged in the same way, but it's a little more for families and friends of children, of young children who really want to learn how to communicate with their children. So I hope you'll also check that out. All of these things that I'm doing, the upcoming seminar that I'm doing, the upcoming materials that are coming out, all of them have the purpose of reaching as many people as I possibly can in the country or around the world, I don't care, because I want all children to start kindergarten ready to learn. We know that from reading a lot of articles as professionals that there are children who start kindergarten with amazing vocabularies and very good language, and so they're up here. And then here comes along another group of children that are struggling. Their vocabularies are low, their language levels are low. I want to do something to try to raise this level and make it possible for these children to really compete with the other children. And so when they grow up, they'll be able to compete not only in school but in life as well. So thanks for visiting Learn to Talk Around the Clock website, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Bye now.